Good morning, beautiful people. I hope you're doing well this morning. It is a beautiful morning, but it is a beautiful morning after a thunder and lightning storm we had about 2 days ago. The wind was absolutely crazy, so crazy that there have been debris on the roads, the rain, like our drainage system isn't the best, so it looks like we have a moat around our house, but extra protection, but it was crazy. Okay, so this tree is actually in the path where I normally go and sit and talk to you guys. So I'm going to see if I can go around it and go find my seat. Okay, so I found my spot. So the night of the 28th, we had a huge thunder and lightning storm. We haven't had one of those in ages. I don't remember the last time I saw lightning in the sky. It's actually really amazing when you watch lightning. It's a whole another world, another dimension when lightning appears. And I thought, what an awesome topic to talk about. Not necessarily lightning, but the wind and the rain that happened, because wind and rain is a symbology of people's thoughts and emotions. Air is symbolic of people's mind, and water is symbolic of people's emotions. And I thought, wow, this is an awesome topic to talk about, because have you ever felt some kind of resistance, or have you ever felt trapped? And when was the last time you felt free from what is going on in your life? And with my own experiences, we all can feel trapped at some time in our life. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be either mentally, emotionally, physically. And the feeling can sometimes come from many different angles. It can come from society, family, friends, within ourselves. For me personally, I used to have a program in my mind going, and I didn't realize, but I used to be so scared that things would freeze on me. Like, maybe too much information, but I couldn't go to the toilet properly because I would hold on to it so tight because I was so scared. But then, as I was working through it, and the only reason I've worked through my stuff is because I've done a lot of personal development work. But as I was walking through it, I heard this voice in my head, and this voice in my head is going, but what if? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm wrong? What if people don't like me? What if I get this wrong? What if I do my art wrong? What if? And then I realized, but if I've done it wrong, if I've made a mistake, I can always redo it, learning from my experience. And as soon as I realized that, I dropped more into my heart space. The anguish and the scared thoughts that I was getting was actually freezing me. It was holding me back. It was stopping me from stepping forward, and it was stopping me from trusting myself. Because all of a sudden, I know everyone's come across an event or a circumstance in their life that you go, what if? What if this is wrong? What if I made the wrong choice? What if they don't like me? What if my opinion doesn't count? What if they're scared of me? What if I'm scared of them? What if I can't do this? What if I'm bad at it? Like, all the negative talk we have fed ourselves. And when do we feed ourselves positive talk? But the good thing about this is it's all in your head. It's all in our heads. All the worry that we get is from our head. We don't get a worry from our heart and from our feeling body. We get worried in our mental body and in our heads. Because the feeling body is all about feelings. It's all about discernment, emotions, sad, happy, distressed, those things. Worry doesn't come into the feeling. Worry comes into the mind. And the wind last night, man, there must have been a lot of worrying not last night, the 28th of October. There must have been a lot of worrying going on. The rain, there must have been a whole lot of emotions going on collectively, because it was crazy, crazy, crazy. But the awesome thing about all this worry that I've noticed for me, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed as well, that you get to a point where it gets so much like, what if, and all of a sudden, bang, you snap. And now people snap in different ways. Me personally, I cry. I cry and I cry and I cry. Some people might shout, some people might scream, some people might kick something, some people might be a crier like me, some people might drink, whatever it is you do. But there is always some kind of explosion that happens. And that explosion is like a breakthrough. It's like a catalyst of change, because in that moment of explosion, it gets switched off out of your head and you go into your feeling. You go into the feeling body, you go into your heart. So for me, for example, my head will get so worried and so bombarded with outside thoughts that sometimes I think are my own thoughts, but they're not. Get so bombarded with outside thoughts that all of a sudden it gets so much and I start crying. And in that crying, I release everything. I release all the worry, because now I've dropped from my head, from my mental body, into my feeling body, into my heart. And as soon as that happens, it's like a light bulb switches on, and I realize everything's going to be okay. I realize that I can do this. You'll realize that you can do this. Once you have that breakthrough aha moment where you've gone from mental to emotional body, you realize that you can do it. You realize all of a sudden you have a solution to your problem. It's like just by magic, just by pure absolute magic, you have a solution to your problem, whatever your problem is. Whatever it is, like, worried about finances, and you're so worried, it builds up, it builds up, it builds up. You don't know how you're going to pay bills, you don't know how you're going to pay rent, and then all of a sudden you just have this explosion, this mental explosion. And in that mental explosion, you just get that feeling and knowing of everything's going to be okay, everything's going to work out. You don't know how, you don't know why, but you just know that everything is going to work out. Now, I'm not 100% sure why we do this to ourselves, because it is such a silly way to be, but we live in a world where the mental realm controls us. Now, I don't want to say that it controls us, but we live, okay, let's retract that. We live in a world where the mental realm is more of the majority than the feeling realm. And the feeling realm is such a place of calmness, of beauty, like in nature. The mental realm is a place of beauty as well, the positive mental realm, when we come up with ideas and inspiration and motivation. And also there is the negative mental realm. And then there's also the positive and negative feeling realm as well. So the negative would be the sad emotions, and the positive would be the happy love emotions. But it is absolutely amazing when you have that explosion of oneness, or that explosion of surrender, where you can actually understand that everything is going to be okay. Now, I've just had that recently, where my mind just kept going, like I said to you guys, what if? It's like, but what if isn't a fact? What if isn't true? If you get these sorts of what if, they're not true. They're not fact. They're not real. They're just made up. And they're made up to distract you. They're made up to move you in another direction. They're made up so that you would actually fall in fear, be scared. But that's not what is true. That is not the truth. If you get those ideas, and sometimes it's a little hard to actually get out of those ideas, like I said, it'll just keep building up. It'll keep building up until you have that explosion, but they're not true. A what if isn't fact. A what if is nothing. It's just a what if. Go with what's in front of you. Go within the present moment. Go with what the fact is. Go with what you're feeling. In this present moment, I am safe. In this present moment, I am love. In this present moment, I am abundant. In this present moment, I am in nature. I am enjoying my life. In this present moment, everything is okay. And that's what we need to say to ourselves in this present moment. Yes, we do need to look at the future to see what is happening, but don't revoke that. But remember to be in the present moment, because it's the present moment that counts the most. So the storm keep saying last night. It wasn't last night. My birthday was yesterday. So my birthday was last night, which was awesome. Jason made a huge banquet for both of us. And then we had Mars bar mousse cake afterwards. That was insane. It was so good. The night before, the 28th, was the huge storm. And to me, that was the explosion. That was the explosion of everyone, of the collective. All of a sudden, it got to a point where the collective just had to cry because everything was, it was just too much. It was just too much happening, too much in the world. And after all the rain, and okay, so this is how good it is. After all that wind, all that rain, all the debris that has been knocked over, the sun came out. It was later in the day and the sun actually came out. And that is the same from when we have our mental explosion and we either cry or have an emotional outbreak. The sun comes out, and the sun is that voice or that knowing deep inside that everything is going to be okay, that you're going to be okay, that you are safe, and in that present moment, you are good. And that's all I got to say on that. So if you like what I'm saying, please give me a thumbs up, do like, do subscribe, and until the next time, guys,